Fellow yogis, yoginis. We get this opportunity to move our whole body into stillness. From the time we open our eyes this morning to this moment, the body is in motion. Our mind is in motion. So now we need to learn the art of sitting still. It's a beautiful challenge to sit still. If at any time in the practice, if one of the foot falls asleep, feel free to keep your eyelids closed, but feel free to stretch the leg out, shake it out, wiggle it, cross it back. No hard and fast rules, but if you can stay still the whole time, that's wonderful. And then you'll see yourself grow from week to week. It gets easier and easier. And before you know it, you can sit still for a long time, very comfortable. And then we also get a time to spend with our mind. Yes. Instead of the senses pulling the mind outside, we go within and we can watch the mind, making our mind our best friend. So that's the journey for today, to learning the art of sitting still and quiet the mind and be introspective with the mind. Let's shake the legs out, everyone. Wiggle the ankles, the knees, and then cross it back into a very comfortable seated pose, wherever you're very comfortable. Bring the palms onto the knees, touch the tip of the thumbs, tip of the index fingers. Close the eyelids softly. Use the power of the legs. Push your legs down, lift the spine a little taller, and try and keep this tall posture for the whole practice. Moving the physical body into stillness, Kaya Styram. Take your awareness to the right foot, toes to the heel. The right foot is still. To the left foot is solid. To the entire right leg, toes passing the calf, the knee, the thigh to the right hip girdle. The entire right leg is immovable. To the entire left leg, toes to hip, entire left leg is stable. Bring the focus to the pelvic floor, the glutes, the lower back, the front of the pelvis. The entire pelvic floor is cemented. Bring the focus to the entire back, from the glutes to the shoulders. The entire back is still. Take the awareness to the right hand, fingertips to the wrist, right hand is rigid. To the left hand is steady. To the entire right arm, fingertips passing the wrist, the forearm, the elbow, the upper arm to the right shoulder blade. The entire right arm is immovable. To the entire left arm, fingertips to shoulder is steady. Take the awareness to the neck. The neck is motionless. To the head is completely still. Bring the awareness to the whole body. And imagine the whole body is like a statue, immovable, stable. As the physical body starts to move into stillness more and more as time progresses, let's work on quieting the mental body, attaching the mind to your prana, your breath. Connect your mind to the breath at the entrance of the nostrils. Try not to control your amazing breath, just witness it, moving in and out. And witness it with awe and reverence. This is the most important thing in our life, this breath. When the yogis witnessed the breath with awe and reverence, they found out the breath has different dimensions and aspects to it. The first dimension they found was the incoming breath is slightly cooler. The outgoing breath with the body's heat is slightly warmer. Try and identify the slight temperature change of the breath at the entrance of the nostrils now. Move the focus of your mind to the breath in the rib cage. Try not to alter the movement of the rib cage, just witness it. As we inhale, the rib cage naturally makes a small movement up and out. As we exhale, the rib cage naturally makes a small movement in and down. Stay in the present moment on the breath in the rib cage now. Move the focus to the breath in the abdomen. Try not to alter the movement of the abdomen, just witness it. As you inhale and exhale, the abdomen naturally makes a small movement out and in. Quiet the mind a little bit more in the present moment on the breath in the abdomen now. Bring the focus back to the breath at the entrance of the nostrils. And this time, sensitize the mind a little bit deeper. See if you can identify the 4 aspects of the breath. There's an inhalation, followed by a split-second retention inside, followed by an exhalation, followed by a split-second retention outside, followed by an inhalation again. Keep witnessing the 4 parts of the breath now. And now, instead of being a passive witness of the 4 parts of the breath, let's actively equalize the 4 parts of the breath. Move with me, my pace. Inhale slowly, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale slowly, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath out, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale slowly, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. Continue your pace. If counts of 4 is too challenging, reduce it to 3. If counts of 4 is easy, increase it to 5. Your pace, no strain. Equalizing the 4 parts of your amazing breath now. After the next exhalation, return the breath back to normal breathing. Move into Ujjayi Pranayam with Ketri Mudra. Curl the tongue. The tip of your tongue is touching the upper palate, maybe behind the upper set of teeth, maybe halfway on the roof of the mouth, or maybe a little bit even further back. As you press the upper palate, as the air passes the epiglottis at the throat, make a soothing sound of the breath. Whenever the tongue gets tired, feel free to relax the tongue bottom of the mouth for a few seconds and curl it back up. Allow your mind to stay in the present on the breath, the soothing ocean-like sound. Breathe slowly in and slowly out, hearing the ocean breath. After the next exhalation, let's return the tongue to the bottom of the mouth and move into Mona Pranayam, silent breathing. Breathe slowly in, slowly out, and as silently as possible, and allow the mind to dwell into the silence of the breath. Keeping the breath silent, I want you to gaze into the center of the eyebrows, the chitta, the mind space. As you gaze there, I want you to Focus the mind on the beautiful number of 100. You're going to count backwards in threes, 0. If you lose count, start all over again from 100. Count slowly, no need to rush. 100, mentally 97, mentally 94, 91, 88. Continue at your pace to 0. Excellent. Now gaze into the center of the eyebrows. Try not to think of anything. Random thoughts from the past or the future will enter the mind space naturally. Thought patterns may come in the form of sight, in the form of sound. You may hear a music from a long time ago, in the form of taste, smell, whatever enters your mind, just witness them detachedly. They'll come, stay for a while, and leave. Another thought will come, stay for a while, leave. Just be a detached witness of the mind thoughts. And if no thoughts enter your mind, just appreciate that silent mind, mental space. Excellent. Now I want you to, instead of just being a passive witness of the thoughts moving in and out of the mind, I want you to choose your object, create an object in the mind, hold it for about 5 seconds, cast it away, let it out of the mind, create another object, hold it, maybe it's an apple, hold it for 5 seconds, cast it away, choose another object, 5 seconds, cast it away. Continue like this for the next couple minutes. No random thoughts. You create the thought in your mind, brood on it for a while, cast it away after. Excellent. Let's give up that practice. And now this time I want you to let the thoughts come randomly in the mind. And when a thought randomly comes in the mind, you contemplate it for a few seconds, cast it away. Let the other random thoughts come up, brood it, cast it away. Another random thought comes up, witness it, contemplate it for 5 seconds, cast it away. If no random thoughts come up, appreciate the inner silence of the mind. Excellent. And now for this next minute, try not to make any thoughts enter the mind. Keep your gaze center of the mind. You're not creating any thoughts and no random thoughts, just a quiet mind. Keep your mind totally quiet now. Excellent. And now let's leave the chitta and bring your consciousness to the heart space. Yogis call it Hridaya Kash. That space behind your breastbone and in front of the backbone, the space between your diaphragm and the clavicle. Become aware of that region. And as you inhale, this space expands. And as you exhale, the Hridaya Kash, that space, heart space contracts. Stay with the contraction and expansion of the heart space now. Within the heart space, we find that beautiful organ called the heart. As you sit quietly, by now we've been sitting for a while, it's easier to find the heartbeat. See if you can identify that heartbeat. Dum, dum, dum. The heartbeat is taking place in the present moment. When you connect your mind to the heartbeat, just like the breath, the mind stays in the present. We've been having this amazing tum tum heartbeat from the 25th day after conception in the mother's womb. From that 25th day on, the heart starts to beat. Connect your mind in the present and the heartbeat now. Where the heartbeat is where the true spiritual being resides, the Atma. The yogis recognize each and every one of us as a divine spiritual being residing within this amazing temple made up of earth, water, fire, air, ether. Those elements turn into organs, those organs turn into systems. One of the powerful emotion coming from the Atma is compassion. Each and every one of us has done many acts of compassion in our life. I want you to search your subconscious mind and bring back one of those moments in this life when you did an act of compassion. An act of compassion is an act of love from your heart to assist a fellow living entity, a plant, an animal, or a fellow human being with no desire for anything in return. Remember a time you did an act of compassion? Now, this time, use the creative power of the mind, move back into the memory as well, and remember a time when you were the recipient of another living entity's compassion. Remember when some living entity acted compassionately towards you. Now, excellent. And let's move the mind from the memory from the past, project the mind into the future. See yourself in the next couple days in the near future doing an act of compassion. See yourself assisting a fellow living entity, a plant, an animal, or a fellow human being with no desire for anything in return. A compassionate act now. Let's bring the mind back from the future, back into the present moment. Find your heartbeat in the chest region. And right next to you will the spiritual being in the heart space is Paramatma, the Lord in the heart, from whichever spiritual culture you're brought up with. Bring your deity in the heart space now. And as you hold your deity in the heart space, recognizing the Lord in the heart has this quality of compassion in its fullest. Humbly request the Lord in the heart to bless you with this quality of compassion more and more. The yogis recognize an act of compassion brings a smile on the face and a smile on the heart. I want you to find the heartbeat once again and imagine every time you find the dum, 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 that emotion of compassion is spreading from your heart throughout every cell of your being. all is cell in the bones, the skin, the tissues, the muscles, from head to toe, is feeling, connecting to this high frequency emotion of compassion, healing the body and mind. Let's move the mental space, and let's move the consciousness back into the center of the eyebrows. And as you gaze there, I want you to mentally formulate a short positive phrase for your act of compassion. That act you saw yourself doing. Mentally repeat a phrase for it 3 times. Yogis call it a sankalpa. And with your psychic vision, the same inner vision you see your dreams with at nighttime, see yourself performing that act of compassion in detail now. And let the vision go. Bring your focus back to the breath at the entrance of the nostrils. This breath is what keeps our brain active, keep our mind active. Recognize this breath is the compassion from God towards us. Become aware of the room you're sitting in. Take a deep inhalation. Exhale slowly. Move the fingers slowly. Bring the palms to the heart. Lower the head towards your higher self, that compassionate spiritual being, towards Paramatma, Lord in the heart. Namaste. Lift the head and the eyes. Adiyam Tat Sat. Thank you all so much for sharing your valuable time and association with each other. We're all beautiful, compassionate beings. We want to take it out into the planet. And the more we do it, the more we give ourselves a smile where? On the face and on the heart space. Good. Thank you all so much. Have a compassionate evening, a compassionate weekend. I look forward to seeing you all on Monday again. Thank you so much, Bashak. Mahalo, Shifumi. Thank you, Helen and Celine. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Thank you, Susan.
Thank you, Ichiru.
Mahalo, Greg.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Padastu. Adiyam.
Thank you.
Thank you.